The return up for Parlow. Leaves it off. Here's Mia Hamm. In the box. The shot. Goal. She's got the record.
Hey everyone, my name is Sabria Whitaker and I'm the founder of Grow the Game.
Erica Pioncastelli here, Tokyo 2021 Olympian.
This is Carly Jackson, professional goaltender for the Buffalo Beauts.
Hey everyone, this is Connor Moore, the social media manager of the Chicago Sky.
For the first time in franchise history, the Chicago Sky are WNBA champions.
You are now listening to
Women's Sports Matter.
Women's Sports Matter.
Hosted by Gianna Belcastro.
Arike Ogunbowale wins the national championship for Notre Dame.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final episode of Season 4 of Women's Sports Matter. My name is Gianna Belcastro, and I am your host. If you are watching on YouTube, yes, you're not seeing things. I have red hair. Let's talk about that for a second. I'm ending this season with a little flair, a little razzle-dazzle, if you will. I have red hair now. So a little reminder, I am one of the student managers for Nebraska soccer, and I made a bet with the girls on the team. I said, hey, if you win your quarterfinal against Ohio State, I will dye my hair whichever color you want. After a little poll, the color was red. I have bright red hair now. We beat Ohio State 4-0. We're headed to Columbus this week. By the time this is posted, November 1st, I will still be in, I was going to say Illinois. Oh my God. I wish. We'll still be in Nebraska, but we're leaving for Columbus, which is where the Big Ten semifinal and final will take place at lower.com field. So if you're in Columbus and you're a fan of the show, come say hey and cheer for Nebraska women's soccer. We'll really appreciate the support. We'll be playing against Michigan State, the number 1 seed. And honestly, I'm just excited to be a part of this team. And, you know, they've been bringing the energy ever since I've been a part of the squad, we'll say. And it's just like a nice little thing I've gotten to experience since my time here. And I'm really appreciative of everything. So yeah, just a little personal information. I lost a bet. My hair looks like this now, but go Big Red. I think that's the overall message here is go Big Red. Why are we ending season 4 so early? What a great, fantastic question. I'm burnt out again. Sorry. Creativity is at an all-time low. But that doesn't mean that there won't be other things a part of the network taking place, because More Than 5% and Don't Touch My Jersey will still be going on while I'm not around. Isn't that amazing? So you have 2 other fantastic shows to take place for my absence. And I know. But we want to hear Women's Sports Matter episodes. Don't worry. I'll figure out a way to stay active on social media to make sure you're getting the content you deserve. And that I deserve. That we both deserve. It wasn't an easy decision to make to end it so early. But the end of semester is coming around. College Cup is coming around. Fingers crossed we make the tourney. So I'm going to be out of town. I'm going to be in class, work. I don't think I'll have enough time and energy to give you the best content that you deserve. So I just It's not an easy decision to end a season. But with all this stuff going on, it's not fair to people that want to listen and learn more about different things. You deserve better. I also deserve better. You deserve better. So no more. But let's talk about what happened this season. We tried something new, doing a player series and a new series called Gianna Learns About, which only has one episode, but more are coming soon, I promise. Love learning about rugby. I gotta find the time and energy to learn more. Another thing I really liked was the player series. Taking the time to talk to some people that play for teams that I don't really know much about, or players in general I don't know much about, but I've been following their game. Interviewing the Red Stars players. Whew. How many was that this year? 3? Yeah. Whew. That's honest. Every time I get to talk to a soccer player in general, like, it's amazing. It's an amazing conversation. But when I get to talk to Red Stars players, that's on a whole different level. Tatum, Amanda, and Bianca were great. Fantastic guests. And hopefully I can chat with them sometime soon. Because that was just such amazing episodes. I hope you enjoyed my conversation with my sister. I know everyone loves that one. And it definitely was not a filler episode. It was a filler episode. What else did we do this year? I'm gonna pause and think about it for a second. After taking some time to think about what else has happened this year, I'd also like to take the time to thank you for reading my now deceased newsletter, which will not be making a comeback. Sorry, not sorry. The newsletter was started after I went on break between season 3 and season 4. It was a way to still create content while also not making content. I was just reporting on news that had been reported within the past month and then passing that along. It wasn't real journalism, and that wasn't my goal. I'm sorry if you were a fan of the newsletter and you were expecting more. I just simply don't have the time to do it. And it will not be making a comeback. If you want women's sports news, go subscribe to other newsletters. They may not cover everything that I may have covered, but it'll be close. I think what I'll try to do is maybe host weekly spaces on Twitter, or maybe go live every now and then. Whatever y'all want, though. I'll also make a survey for what we thought about this season. I remember I did that last season, and I really, 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 really enjoyed the results of that. So that was helpful. And again, suggestions for people you want on the show, send them in anytime, any day. Super sleuths are on the case. Anyway, newsletter will not be coming back because I don't have time. I did kind of enjoy doing the newsletter a little bit for the short span of, was it February to June, May? Really appreciate the folks that took the time to read that. Now let's talk about different things that I did, because it's time to brag about myself. That's a lie, actually. Let's talk about different experiences I have within the women's sports community. Number 1, I already talked about this in season 3, but my experience at the United Soccer Coaches Convention was a thing that happened this year, so we'll talk about it. Because you won't hear from me until 2023. That's the plan, at least. I don't want to come back sooner than I have to because of school. School is scary. School is really scary. Anyway. I don't even remember. What was I talking about? United Soccer Coaches Convention. I really enjoyed my time there. Got to interview some really cool people within the women's soccer realm. That was soccer focused. Turning to July, when I went to cover the WNBA All-Star Weekend in Chicago, that was pretty flippin' cool. I went to my first ever press conference, which blew my mind. Just like the amount of reporters that I saw there, the people that I had been following on social media for years, seeing all of them in a room together was just surreal. I got to ask Kalia Copper a question, which just to be in the same room as basketball players I idolized growing up. Big, whoa. It was just so surreal to see people there. Just to see people. Like people that like Brianna Stewart, Sue Bird, Jewel Lloyd, Emma Mieseman. I'm like, oh my God. That's a big deal. Although I have a hot take. Honestly, if I had to pick a world to report on, I'd probably pick the soccer world. I feel like my interest has grown more in there, and declining for basketball. Hockey's growing too. But don't get me wrong, enjoyed my basketball experience, but I kind of realized that as I was there, it wasn't really for me. And some journalists focus on different sports. I'm not a journalist though. Content creators. But I'll still be giving you different kinds of sports news on the show. But I'm just saying, if I were to be a reporter or like a content creator for just like a sport or something, I would pick soccer. Without a doubt, which brings me to the next part. Hey, I covered a soccer game in person, and it was really cool. I went to the 2-2 draw between the North Carolina Courage and the Chicago Red Stars. The same day that the All-Star game was. I literally darted from my house once we had gotten home from Chicago to drive to Bridgeview. And my gas tank was low, so I had to fill up my tank before I got on the highway. And I was almost late because I never had been there as press. So this was like a lot. And got there, sat down. It was great. The view was amazing from the press box. Love that I didn't have to pay for parking. And just to watch the North Carolina Courage fall apart during stoppage time was just, that's the highlight of the season in the NWSL for me, for sure, is just watching the Red Stars come back to get a point from that game, which is huge. It definitely made a difference in the long run for them. And then going to the press conference after the game, and then getting to ask head coach Petroselli a question, which is a really good question that I had asked. I was like, the impact of the rookies, like what has that done for the team? And he gave this very, very nice answer, saying essentially that they wouldn't be where they are at the time, which was, I believe, second place, third place. It was higher up in the standings than how they ended the season. They wouldn't be where they were without the rookies. And Sarah Griffith and Amanda Kowalski saved the Red Stars' asses that game. So, yeah, they wouldn't be there without the rookies. So just to experience those two things within a weekend was pretty epic. I did a live show again at I did it at Fan Expo. 5 people in the audience. You can listen to that. I called Arnim Whistler an asshole in that one. Not afraid of that man. What else? What else did I do this year that had to do with this show? And just to get to talk to different people. Maybe they don't exactly play a sport, or not directly involved within the women's sports world, but they're doing something, and it's pretty cool. I don't have favorite interviews because, like, if I picked a favorite, I feel like y'all would get mad at me, or I might make my guests mad. But I will just say, Red Stars interviews, top notch, classic. Yeah, it's classic. That's all. Those are my favorite. I'm not sorry about it. Maybe I'll have new favorites later. But as of right now, the 3 that I did this season, top notch. And of course, the very first Red Star interview I did back in 2020, of course, is also a favorite of mine. This is the first interview I had ever done, ever. So, what a world we live in. I wish I should have did like questions or something. I don't think people would ask me questions though. That's more for like players themselves. What are we looking forward to? That's a nice thing to ask. Great question. I'm looking forward to upping the 5%. A little shout out to more than 5%. I'm looking forward to getting more listeners, maybe more brands as advertising on here so I can get money to pay for my textbooks. Merch. I'm looking forward to interviewing more fantastic people, learning about different lived experiences and what made people do what they're doing now. More collaborations is another thing. What else? I think that's it. Now, I have a pumpkin next to me. I would like to show everyone the team got me this. It's a little squishy. It's a pumpkin. It's Halloween, but tomorrow is November 1st. Here's the pumpkin in its glory one more time. There we go. Cool. And since I won't be around for Thanksgiving, I'm going to say what I'm thankful for on here. And that's how we're going to end the show. I'm 20-something days early and leave me alone. Things I'm thankful for this season. Brought to you by me, because I'm the one saying it. Number 1, I'm thankful for everyone that's listened to this show, whether you've been listening since April of 2020 or since of May of 2022. Number 2, I'm very, very thankful for the way that the social media accounts have grown. The people that have followed it, thank you so much. The highlight of my year, reaching 1,000 followers on Twitter on my birthday. So that was pretty epic. That was just like the best birthday gift ever. Just to see the way that it's grown since then, the way that it will continue to grow, making sure that people are informed about everything that's going on within the women's sports world. I try my best, at least. The next thing I'm thankful for is the guests that have come on the show this season. The show wouldn't be possible without the people that come on the show. So thank you to each and every one of you who took some time out of your day to be on Women's Sports Matter. Next one, I am thankful for my family because they have supported me through this. And I guess I'm thankful for my sister too, who takes time out of her day to be on my show and then cause a ruckus. Ooh. Next thing I'm thankful for is the folks who are doing what I'm doing, but better. All those different women's sports platforms out there, big or small, y'all are doing amazing work. Some of you are doing amazing work. Didn't mean to turn it into a rude thing. Sorry about that. The next and final thing I am thankful for is my red hair. Just kidding. I'm very thankful to work in an environment in women's sports, whether it is through this show or my actual job. Just the experience itself is just it's hard to explain. I'm lucky to do what I do sometimes. But it's not all glory, you know? I'm thankful for my mental health as well, that it's been okay. But burnout said, mm-mm. And I'm like, cool. I'm thankful that I had recognized that it's time to take a break. Okay, that's enough. I'm going to do one last shout out for more than 5% and Don't Touch My Jersey, which you can listen to on Apple and Spotify and more. Make sure you're subscribed and following those shows because they're going to keep making content while I'm on break. If you haven't listened to either of those shows yet, what are you doing? They are fantastic, fantastic podcasts. Give them a listen. If you like this show, you'll like the other ones that are a part of the Women's Sports Matter Network. That's going to be it for me today. Time for my spiel. It's my favorite part of the episode. See what I did there? That's right. I changed it up a bit. If you want to follow me on social media, guess what? You can. I'm on 4 different platforms. On Twitter, it is at WSportsMatter. And on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, it is Women's Sports Matter. It's the name of the show. It's easy to type in. Go follow. If you want to watch this episode and more, plus extra little stuff, make sure you're subscribed to the Women's Sports Matter YouTube page, which is just Women's Sports Matter. We're 30 subscribers strong. Make sure you're subscribed. Hey, listen, there's a little thing going on in the United States next week. Next Tuesday, actually. I don't know if you've heard, but November 8th is election day. I don't know about you, but I submitted my mail-in ballot yesterday, or 2 days ago. Make it 3, since this is coming out on Tuesday. Anyway, I voted by absentee ballot. Absentee ballot. This right here is messing me up. That's why I keep messing up the words. I filled out my absentee ballot, and you can too. I think there's still time to request one, depending on where you are. If you're in your state, if you're in your county, if you live near your polling place, which everybody does technically, if you're home, go vote. It's this really cool, awesome thing you can do when you turn 18. You register to vote, which I think is closed now. But if you're already registered, you go to your polling place and then you pick who you want to be in office. Isn't that cool? So, I don't know. Like, if I were you, I would go vote if you could. Just food for thought. This is a nice little suggestion. Anyway, there's more links down below. Again, your favorite resources section, register to vote, find your polling place, find a vaccine, the Trevor Project, NAMI, player association websites for major women's sports leagues in the United States. We've got it all down there. So, if you need a resource, it's probably down there. And if you want me to add something, guess what? I'll do it. Possibly. I'll have to review that first. What else is there? What else do I highlight? Listen to my other shows. Do it. More than 5%. Don't touch my jersey. Go listen, go subscribe, go follow. Thank you. That's going to be it for me. Next time you see me, I won't have red hair, but maybe I will. That's a lie. No, you won't. I will not have red hair by the time this episode, or this podcast comes back for season 5. Holy smokes. Signing off for season 4. My name is Gianna Belcastro. I'm the host of Women's Sports Matter, and I'll see you in 2023. Have a great rest of your year. I'll see you on the flip side. That's all, folks. Bye.